when I carve, I release something out of the stone as well as making something new. It's kind of a mixture of that, because you really have to listen to the material. You have to listen to the material, and if you're not, then that doesn't work. I see my task being a sculptor to draw people in. And if I manage that, with whatever sculpture I make, if this is now, let's call it modern art piece out of polystyrene, this and that, whatever, doesn't really matter. I'm talking now about sculpture in the broadest sense. If I draw people in, if I make this ordinary person walking along the road stopping and walking up and looking at what I made, then I succeeded. If he walks away and is really annoyed, say, oh, what piece of rubbish this is, or whatever, that's okay, no problem. But I managed to make him stop, or her stop, and walk up and look at it. If I then can carry on and draw the people further in, that they then actually, they're already here, they're already looking at it. And if they then manage to walk around, perfect. You need to know how to use hand tools before you use any power-driven tool. Because if you can't use your hand tools, you just forget it. You don't know what you're doing. Sometimes I just drift off and think of all sorts of things, but then sometimes you've got to watch it, you lose concentration. The other side is like you get that much into it that literally there cannot be anything in the way. I have to be able to walk around the piece, and I'm just on a mission and I know exactly where I'm going. And it's really good fun. You're on a real high then. Well, the first thing I made from stone, it's quite funny because back in Germany where I did my apprenticeship, you go to places where you just work for a few days to check out if you would like to start an apprenticeship there. And this guy just put me in front of this piece of stone and I carved the leaf. And I then tried to have this leaf like the edges curling over, obviously undercut then on both sides, and then I broke the first bits off. But I still got this piece. It was a fair try. If there would be one more thing, just one more thing I would be allowed to carve, I think it would be massive and would be really just a really huge piece where you just get lost into it. You would not stop looking. You find constantly more areas and more things. Like if you've got like Hindu temples in India where there's like these thousands of figures going up, and then you just discover more and more things. There's lots of repetition in the things, but I was thinking on something like that you have just a very big piece and there's lots of different things happening, from completely organic to abstract and just going mad. And obviously breaking through, very important, having light falling through a stone. You need to see the other side. You have to see the other side.